One of the most prominent personality theorists is Carl Gustav Jung. He is the founder of the analytical psychology and was born on July 26, 1875 in Kiswell, Switzerland, and the only child of Johann Paul Jung and Emily Priswerk Jung. At the age of 4, his family moved to suburb of Basel. Graduated at the University of Basel in 1900s. He obtained his master's degree 2 years later from the University of Zurich. He also worked with Freud for over 5 years and became the president of the International Psychoanalytic Association. Some of his notable works are Modern Man in Search of a Soul, The Undiscovered Self, Memories, Dreams, Reflections. He also received various awards such as Zurich's Literature Prize, England's Royal Society of Medicine, honorary member of the Swiss Academy of Medical Sciences. Like Freud, Jung based his personality theory on the assumption that the mind or the psyche has both a conscious and unconscious level. However, unlike Freud, Jung strongly asserted that the most important portion of the unconscious springs not from personal experiences but from the distant past of human existence. This is the basic map of the psyche, composed of consciousness, personal unconscious, and collective unconscious. The conscious. The conscious is defined as the images that are sensed by the ego. Like Freud, Jung didn't give so much details about the consciousness. The personal unconscious. Personal unconscious embraces all repressed, forgotten, or sublimely perceived experiences of an individual. It contains repressed infantile memories and impulses, forgotten events and experiences originally perceived below the threshold of our consciousness. The collective unconscious. The collective unconscious has roots in the ancestral past of the entire species. The physical content of the collective unconscious are inherited and passed from one generation to the next as a psychic potential. Distant ancestors' experiences with universal concepts such as God, Mother, Water, Earth, and so forth are transmitted through the generations so that people in every clime and time have been influenced by their primitive ancestors' primordial experiences. Collective unconscious does not refer to inherited ideas, but rather to humans' innate tendency to react in a particular way whenever their experiences stimulate a biologically inherited response tendency. The Archetypes. They are ancient archaic images that generally derive from the collective unconscious. Archetypes have a biological basis but originate through the repeated experiences of humans' early ancestors. The potential for countless numbers of archetypes exists within each person, and when a personal experience corresponds to the latent primordial image, the archetype becomes activated. Types of archetypes. The persona. The persona or mask is the outward face we present to the world. It conceals our real self, and Jung described it as the conformity archetype. This is the public face or role a person presents to the other as someone different to who we really are, like an actor. The anima and animus. Another archetype is the anima and animus. It is a mirror image of our biological sex. That is the unconscious feminine side in males and the masculine tendencies in women. Each sex manifests attitudes and behavior of the other by the virtue of centuries of living together. The psyche of a woman contains the masculine aspects, the animus archetype, and the psyche of a man contains feminine aspects. The shadow. This is the animal side of our personality, like the id in Freud. It is the source of both our creative and destructive energies. In line with evolutionary theory, it may be that Jung's archetypes reflect predispositions that once had survival value. The self. Finally, there is the self, which provides a self of unity in experience for Jung. The ultimate aim of every individual is to achieve a state of selfhood, similar to self-actualization. And in this respect, Jung, like Erikson, is moving in the direction of a more humanist orientation. Jung's ideas have not been as popular as Freud's. This might be because he did not write for the layman, and as such his ideas were not as greatly disseminated as Freud's. It may also be because his ideas were a little more mystical and obscure, and less clearly explained. On the whole, modern psychology has not viewed Jung's theory of archetypes kindly. Ernest Jones, Freud's biographer, tells that Jung descended into a pseudo-philosophy out of which he never emerged, and to many his ideas look more like New Age mystical speculation than a scientific contribution to psychology.